Excess mucus must be one of the worst bits about having a cold or a flu. Mucus is that sticky, annoying substance that makes your nose feel blocked. Phlegm is very similar to mucus, but that comes from the lungs, whereas mucus is mostly in your nose and sinuses. And it can cause some nasty conditions, such as sinusitis, or make you wake up with crusty eyes and a puffy face. Yeah. It might not surprise you that some foods especially cause mucus. And consuming these foods, especially when you're already under the weather, can make you feel even worse. The best way to avoid being affected by the effects of mucus is to rid your diet from the foods that cause it. Of course, cutting back on these foods altogether might not be that easy, but you can cut back on them. So if you suffer from the problems associated with excess mucus, you can actually start to feel a lot better within just 7 to 10 days of adjusting your diet. So what are these main mucus-causing foods? 1, dairy products. Cheese, milk, yogurts, and all other dairy products contain casein molecules that many experts believe lead to increased mucus secretion. Therefore, consuming a lot of dairy products means that there will be more mucus in your throat and sinuses. They also believe that the lactose in milk may encourage mucus production as well. So why not try replacing your milk in your morning coffee with an alternative such as a nut milk. Now you can make nut milk yourself. Obviously it's not milk. You just put walnuts or hazelnuts, almonds, whatever you like, in water, and smash it all up in a blender, and you end up with a beautiful milk-like substance that you can put in your tea. You need to strain it, of course, but please do make your own. If you buy almond milk or something like that from the supermarket, it may be full of additives and things you're not expecting. It's much better to make your own fresh every day and experiment with different recipes until you find something that you really like. However, just for a minute, let me play devil's advocate and say that much of the information on thickening mucus after consuming dairy is anecdotal. Research is ongoing. Some scientists believe that the increase in mucus production is due to a sensitivity or an allergy to milk. Others suggest that the simple perception of dairy products causing mucus is just because of the viscosity of the milk. I mean, I don't buy that, but anyway. But the best thing to do is just to experiment and see what works for you. 2 on the list is sugar. As much as we love our sugary treats, we need to be aware of the fact that refined sugars do cause mucus in the body. Even sugar in your tea or coffee in the morning is making your body produce more mucus. So why not try replacing the sugar with honey? Honey is a brilliant natural alternative to sugar, but do make sure that you source it from a local beekeeper. Again, the stuff you buy in the supermarkets may not necessarily be what it's cracked up to be. In baking, you can substitute organic fruit, which is a natural source of fructose, which is another type of sugar. Consuming high amounts of refined sugar can lead to inflammation, which may increase mucus production. But even fructose should be consumed in moderation. Indeed, it's been suggested that excessive fructose consumption can lead to inflammation and non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Yuck. Meat and fish. Number 3, meat and fish. Now, I'm not suggesting you go vegetarian unless you want to. And as I've mentioned on this channel before, there's absolutely no point in going vegetarian unless you also go organic. Otherwise, you're completely defeating the purpose of going vegetarian, both from the health point of view and from the animal welfare point of view. But if you do have a flu or a bad cough, cold, it's a good idea to cut right back on meat and fish because they can make your mucus discharge a lot worse. Try limiting your meaty meals to 3 or 4 a week instead of eating meat every day. Try to consume less fish because fish contains fatty acids and oils that can contribute to mucus production. Number 4 on the list is wheat. Some people are sensitive to wheat. They may experience increased mucus production after the consumption of bread, pasta, or pastry. The sensitivity to wheat and its potential effects on mucus production are usually linked to conditions such as wheat allergies, celiac disease, and non-celiac gluten sensitivity. Number 5, nuts. Now, I've already mentioned that you can use nut milk as a substitute for dairy. However, some individuals are allergic to specific nuts, and it's important to know which ones. And allergic reactions can manifest in various different ways, severe or mild. Symptoms of a nut allergy can include sneezing, runny or stuffy nose, nasal drip. In severe cases, nut allergy can lead to anaphylaxis, a life-threatening condition requiring immediate medical assistance. Now, you're not going to like number 6, alcohol. No matter whether it's beer or whiskey or vodka or whatever your favourite tipple may be, drinking is discouraged while ill because alcohol tends to dehydrate the body. And dehydration makes whatever mucus is in the body feel more concentrated and yucky. Now, if you're thinking about replacing the alcohol with soft drinks, there are things to think about here as well. Carbonated or sugary drinks can dehydrate you too. And anyway, we've already discussed the problems with sugar. And please don't think the so-called diet drinks are any better. They simply replace the sugar with potentially carcinogenic substances such as aspartame. If it comes from a plant, unprocessed, then it's probably good to consume in moderation. But if it comes from a plant, a chemical plant, avoid it like the plague. Your health is too important. The best source of hydration when you're ill is just pure filtered water. It's got no nasty additives in it. And it can easily help to break down mucus. The final nasty, number 7, fried foods. Your favourite fried food, burger and chips. Might be your go-to meal on your way home from work after a busy day. And does it leave you feeling sluggish and yuckish the next day? That's because these foods increase inflammation, potentially leading to increased mucus production. Perhaps fast food should be called slow foods because they're killing you slowly, but killing you they most certainly are. Fried foods often contain trans fats, and they're cooked at high temperatures. As a result, they contain harmful compounds that promote inflammation. Trans fats are made when oils are turned into solid fats, such as margarine. Do you remember the days when we were all told by our televisions that margarine was the healthy alternative? Nope. Of all the fats, trans fats are the worst. Too much trans fat in your diet increases your risk of heart disease and other health problems. Trans fats cooked at high temperatures cause inflammation in the bowel and can lead to inflammatory bowel disease. And you don't want that. So, final thoughts. It's often difficult to deal with excess mucus. You feel like it's never going to go away. But believe me, if you adjust your diet, it will go away. And it can go away within just a few days. So continue to be positive and make sure that you get enough proper nutrition. You must have get all the necessary nutrients. Why is it the doctors just want to throw pills at us and they don't want to tell us anything at all about nutrition? Nutrition is probably the one most important factor in health. Namaste.